Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make one of my favorite dishes. I tried this dish in my younger days when I was young at my aunt's house in Mexico, and it's been a staple ever since I got the recipe. Today I'm going to take you guys all the way to the Yucatán Peninsula. This is where this dish originated with the ancient Mayans, and one of the best places to have this dish is evidently in Yucatán and in Cancun, Quintana Roo. This dish was mastered and created by the Mayans. It is a very easy and simple dish, and it's something that I always say you must try. And if you said tacos de cochinita pibil, you are absolutely correct. These tacos are made with pork loin, pork leg, pheasant, and deer meats. The Mayans mastered the underground earth oven. It was a dirt hole, which they also called a pib, for slow cooking that also brought and gave their food a smoky flavor. That makes everything so much more different and more flavorful. And decades later, people still use this as a cooking method. I see it all the time on social media. And the Mayans made this for a special occasion called Analpixan, or Pixan if I'm saying it correct, the day that the souls of the deceased visit relatives, because it was placed on the ofrenda October 31st through November 2nd, the same day that Mexico celebrates Day of the Dead. Alright, and they created this with pork meat most of the time, or pork loin. They also used banana leaves from the tree, and they also use orange juice, freshly squeezed oranges, and achote, which is also known as anato seeds. Achote comes in either a powder or a paste or even a liquid. I'll show you in the video. But that's all you need to make this recipe. That is what gives it its flavors. And I use trocitos de puerco, which are chunks of pork meat. That is what I will be using today. I believe I used about 3 pounds of pork meat. I already let it thaw. And what I'm going to do next is just cut these into smaller pieces. And I was short on time, so I had to bring out my Instapot to get it done faster. But if you don't have an Instapot and you can't follow this direction, all you have to do is cook your meat thoroughly until it is tender, okay? That's all you got to do. And now we're going to go into these spices that give it its earthy, warm flavor. You're going to add 6 cloves and about 8 to 10 small little peppercorns. They just have to be small. It's not a lot, believe me. I'm going to add about 4 small bay leaves. I just crushed them up so they can infuse their flavors into the meat and the stew. And then what I'm going to be adding is my salt as well. This is the best time to season your meat, and that is when it's raw. All right, and next we're going to be adding a chunk of white onion into our meat. You really don't need a lot. So I'm just going to be adding a small chunk like you guys see here, and I'm going to be cutting that into 2 pieces just so that it infuses its flavors into the stew. And another key ingredient is adding your garlic. I added 1 large garlic and 1 medium garlic cut in half, okay? You are going to need anato seeds annatto paste, powder, or liquid. You need enough, okay? It's going to require a lot. I'm going to be using the liquid, but if you're going to make this, you can section your paste into 3. If you're making less than 3 pounds, then you would add 1 little cube like you see here. But it does need quite a bit, okay? This is what gives it its flavor. I'm going to be using the liquid. I used about 4 ounces total. And what you guys see me add here, I ended up adding a bit more, okay? So once that is added, I did add about 5 cups of water. All you need is enough water so that this thoroughly cooks. This is not a stew, but you need enough water, okay? You're going to go ahead and allow that meat to absorb the flavors. You're going to mix it, and then you're going to cook it, okay? On your pot, you're going to boil your meat for 45 minutes to 1 hour until softened. I'm going to use my Instapot. I'm using pressure cook option, and the pressure level is going to be on high for 20 minutes for 3 pounds. If you're using less, then you would do less, okay? Then I'm going to cut up my red onion, very thinly sliced, and my lemons. And then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your lemon juice into your onion, okay? All of the lemons. I think I used like 6 of them. I did use quite a bit of onions because I did make 3 pounds of meat, okay? So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all the lemons into your onion. Now you're going to sprinkle some salt to your liking, and you're also going to need a teeny tiny bit of oregano, okay? This is important. Unless you don't like oregano, personally, then you don't add it. But it's very necessary. It's only a little bit. It's just going to turn it up a notch with the flavor. You're going to go ahead and mix your red onions with lemon, the salt, and the oregano, and you're going to pop that into your fridge to cool and get its pickled effect. All right, so I made it in the Instapot. I'm going to go ahead and release the pressure carefully. Keep your face away from this. If you made it in the pot, all you have to do is remove the excess peppercorns, the cloves of garlic, the clove seasoning, your onion, and any piece of fat that you may want to remove. I don't really mind it. My husband hates it, so I'm going to remove it along with the onion. Do not throw away the stew. You're going to keep it in a separate pan at a very low heat. You're going to add your chunks of meat. This is going to be the best time to double check and make sure that you do not add any little pieces of fat that may be still attached to your meat. So again, you do that before you pull the pork, and it's easier to remove rather than fishing for it after you've been pulled it. So yeah, low heat. You're going to pull it apart and let it warm at very low heat again, okay? It stays at low heat this whole time. Once the pork has been pulled to your desired style, you're going to go ahead and add straining that stock back into your meat, again at low heat. Don't turn it up. If you're ready to serve, then you would continue on to serving. You're going to go ahead and warm up your tortillas on a comal. Whatever thing you use to warm up your tortillas, that's what you're going to use. Then you're going to go ahead and add your meat to your tacos. I made my husband 3 small tacos. I made myself 2 small tacos. All you're going to do is you're going to top your tacos with your pickled onion, and that's it. But let me tell you something. Not too long ago, I made them, and I was like, I have crema mexicana, and I have cheese, cotija cheese. Let me add it and see how it tastes. Well, I added, and oh my God, I was in heaven. Totally optional and up to you. You can add whatever you want. This is the way they're traditionally made. Quick, easy, simple, and very flavorful. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, and become part of the family. Bye.